There we go. It shows that I'm live. And I can see so many people coming on. It's on 13 right now. Just have to find it myself, refreshing the page, and then share it to my Facebook group. There we go. All the techie stuff is done. Hello, Peter and Nikki and Chrissy and Chaska. Did I say that right? Sorry if I mess up names. Janice, Laura is here. Alabama. Hi, Tina. How are you? So say hello. Say where you're from. Who's painting with you? Oh, there we go. We have someone else from Puerto Rico. That is Darivet. It jumped. I missed your name. Sorry if I said it wrong. Another Laura. We've got Winnie in the house. Looking forward to this class tonight. This one's a lot of fun. Hello from Surrey, BC. Hello, Carolyn. How are you doing? Sylvia is here. Bridget's here. Ronnie is from Illinois. Newfoundland. Hi, Alison. Welcome, welcome. Kentucky is in the house. Louisiana. Hello, Winnie. Nevada. Hi, Jasmine. Sabine is here from Hope. Joanne from Idaho. I saw Langley. Yvette from Langley. Welcome, welcome. Coquitlam's in the house. Wisconsin is in the house. Deanne says there's 4 from Texas. Hello, Texas. Welcome, welcome. Kelowna is here. New York. Hello, hello. What did I see? I'll be watching but painting tomorrow. Will the link end at 6 or 7:30? So normally 6 p.m. So it goes off at 6 p.m. So it stays on Facebook for 24 hours. But I do find sometimes Facebook won't let it go and then it stays on for another few hours. So normally just 24 hours. Hello, Lindsay from Alberta. Nancy is here. Nebraska. Good evening. Hi, Tracy. Lily is here. It's so neat. Normally I say hello to everyone, but we already have 265 people online, so not tonight. Melissa is here from Clearwater. Welcome, welcome. And Rhonda is here to remind us to breathe. Thank you, thank you. Hello from Lisa and Jewel in Canada. Welcome, welcome. Hello. I saw Vancouver. I didn't get the name. Seattle is here. Irene is here from Newfoundland. Oh, Vancouver Island's in the house. Hi, Danielle. So many people. Alberta, Kansas City, Missouri. Missouri. I speak English deliciously. So if it's your first time here tonight, I thought I'll warn you really early. Stephanie and Haley from Maple Ridge. They made sure I see it. They typed in capital letters. Quebec is here. It jumps so fast. So neat to see everyone. So I haven't poured paint yet, so you guys can pour with me. I am going to go for a darker blue at the bottom, so maybe phthalo blue. Maybe I'll mix in a little bit of black. I love the color when you mix phthalo blue and black. This is going to be yellow and white, and that one's going to be an orange. I'm going to use a much brighter orange than that tonight, and then you need black and white. So you can use different colors for your pumpkins, but I'm going to stick to a blue pumpkin, a really light, like a yellow and white pumpkin, and an orange pumpkin. If you want to play with different colors, have a little bit of red on your palette so we can play with some red and orange. If you want to add yellow for some highlights, you can do that. This I'd probably just do white and yellow. And this, I'm going to use some blue with a little bit of black and maybe a little bit of white to make it lighter. Right, so choose your colors. If you want to do pinks and purples, that would be neat too. If you're doing all yellows, I have this thing for yellow on the gray these days, which is absolutely fabulous. So, oh, I love all this. White Rock. Alicia is here from Cloverdale. Hello, neighbor. I'm right here in Cloverdale too. So nice to see everyone. All right, so let's pour some paints. I am going to use a mixture of my artist acrylic chroma and some craft paints. So don't let anyone tell you you can't mix the two. You can. I've been doing it for years. If you have some dollar store paints, those work well too. Whatever you have to have a good time, it's all good. This cadmium orange is so amazing. Really like that. And if anyone wants to try a new brand, this is from Vancouver. This is a local brand, Chroma Acrylics. If you asked the question and I missed it, just ask again. Either myself or someone in the community will answer you. Deb, yes, this will be up for 24 hours. So if you can't make it right now, it's okay if you have to paint a little later. Oh, can't get the yellow open. Hi, Shadley. She's on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. All right, so I got my yellow, I got my orange, I got some blue. Testing me. I got some white paint, some black. And for brushes, I have my bigger full bit brush. So bigger full bit brush, I'm going to use this one for the bigger areas. This is a round, this is about a size, I don't know, 8. There we go, a round brush. I'm going to use this for the outlines and for those little twirls that you see. And for my dots, I normally use the back end of the brush for the dots. And then I've got a medium size. Did I lose it? A medium size full bit. That one. Right, for the smaller pumpkin. My other one turned out awesome because you are an amazing and taking us through it. Oh, that's so neat to hear. Thank you. Yes, I try and make it as easy as possible. I'm going to try something different and we shall see. Susan, I can't wait to see it. That's so neat. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back here. What did I miss? Hello, Akasha. Just the hellos. And I poured some paint. Hi, Frida. Wendy here from Mile 101, Alaska Highway. Hello, Wendy. Hope you are well. All right. So brushes. These are my 3 brushes. If you have different brushes, it's all good. Some people have just flat brushes, but you do want a bigger brush, a medium-sized brush, and a small one. But they can be different. It's all good. We're going to make it happen. Right, so I have a little bit of water. I got some paper towel. Oh, tonight I'm having a glass of wine. Cheers. What are you guys having? Don't drink the paint water. Yes, Joyce, thank you. Oh, we have beer. We have peppermint water. White Russian. Love it. Okay, so we're going to start. What time is it? It's 10 past 6. I don't like to talk too much, so we're just going to jump in. Love the online free classes. I look forward to doing them each week. Thank you, Christy, for sharing that. I love doing it. They are so much fun. So while we're still in this pink pickle pandemic thingy, I'll be doing free classes. So Quebec is here. I love it. We have a glass of peach wine. How cool is that? So you're going to start off with your smaller round brush. This one. So a small round brush, we're going to sketch out our pumpkins first. That's the first thing we're going to do. So I like to wet my brush. And then on my towel, I'm just going to tap it like that. And I'm going to use a light gray to do my sketch today. So I'm going to take a little bit of black paint. A little bit of black. Oh, I have a duty over here. Hold on. Let's get rid of that. All right, so a little bit of black paint into some white, and I'm just going to mix up a little bit of gray. And I roll my brush in the gray paint because I want to fill up all the hair with gray paint. Don't mix a whole bunch of paint. We're not making porridge here, just a little bit. Like that. Push down. So when the bristles open, when you bend over like that, when it bends over, they're opening up like that. So you push it down and it opens up like this, and that's how it picks up paint. So we don't need a lump of paint. It's in between the bristles. Right. Don't put the paintbrush in the glass of wine. Thank you for that reminder. I'm probably going to make it happen because my paint holder is normally on this side. Maybe I should swap these two. Thank you. You might have just saved me. All right, decide where your pumpkins need to be. I like a little space at the top here because we need to paint in the little stem right at the top here. So I'm not going to go higher than that. There. And I like to paint a little bit of a shadow at the bottom there. And if you can see, just a little bit. So we're not going to go lower than this here. Right, so just make two little marks on your canvas. And then this is going to be a bigger pumpkin, a medium-sized pumpkin, and then a smaller pumpkin. Right, so use your hands on your canvas. This is going to be your bigger one. And then split this up so that it's a little smaller than that, but you have a smaller pumpkin at the top. Right, so I'm going to do, I think, around about here. I'm just making lines right now. And then this one's going to be bigger, and that's going to be my smaller one. Right, so smaller pumpkin on the top, medium-sized one here, and then a really big one at the bottom. And they're going to be these long oval shapes like this. They're rounded on the side and flat at the top and at the bottom. That's just the size you want, or the shape you want. You guys breathing? And then you do the next one. It's going to be not as wide as this one. It's going to be a little bit more, a little smaller. Maybe like that. Really loose. Look at my lines. Nothing fancy. Really wild with the brush. Hi, Amanda. Yes, you can. This will stay on Facebook for 24 hours. So till tomorrow this time, you have to paint it. Right. I'm taking a little water. My paint is drying. My brush is drying really fast. So a little bit more gray paint, and then the shape for this one over here. So mine might be a little bit lopsided. Normally when I paint and I look from the side, oh, I can see on the on the reflection. It is, but I like it. This is real pumpkins. That wasn't too bad, was it? Size canvas. Rhonda, I'm using a 12 by 16 tonight. So most cases I use 12 by 16 or 11 by 14. Just depends what was in stock. Oh, yay. I'm glad it will be available to watch later. Well, there you go. This is my first time, and I'm grateful to be here. Hi, Deborah. Welcome, welcome. I just hopped on from Newfoundland. I'll catch the recording tomorrow as it's late in the evening here on the East Coast. Yes, I think it's already 10 o'clock there, right? All right. Okay, so there we go. We have a pumpkin. And I'm going to show you how to draw the lines on the inside. And we're going to start off right in the center here. And it's going to be a big, tall oval kind of shape. So I just go round it like that. And that's your first two lines. So a curved line going this way and a curved line. So you have this big oval shape right in the middle of your pumpkin. And if you just look at it like that, you already know what happens next. Now we just do more. Sometimes there'll be more on the one side, less on the other side. It doesn't matter. You just want those shapes like that. I think I'm just going to do one. I think that's good. What do you guys think? And this one might have more. Definitely. Right, so we're just doing the lines. Don't worry about the shape yet, and we're going to do that much later. We use the black paint to create all these shadows in here and give it a little bit more of a shape. Tina from Tennessee is here. Hello, hello. Lisa's also going to watch tomorrow. Rhonda LaRue says thank you and still breathing, folks. Christina, welcome. It's her first time here. Welcome, welcome. All right, so I'm doing the next one, exactly the same thing. I'm going to do my little oval shape like that. And the next one. And the top one. This one would be much smaller. You can see how this one is not as wide as that one. You can make it much smaller. Like that. Right, so if you look at your canvas and it looks like mine and there's a few lines that you're not going to use a little bit of white paint and then just cancel it out. So I've got that over there. Got all these lines in here. I got that one. So I'm just using a little bit of white paint and just canceling out some of these lines that I don't want to use. Just a wee bit. There we go. Just to clean it up a little bit. Are we still breathing? You guys good? Hello from upstate New York. Hello, Sherry. Hi, Amir. How are you? Oh, it's Paulina's first time too. That's so neat. Where will this be posted? On Facebook for later. Same place, just on my Facebook page. If you come back tomorrow, there might be more posts. Just scroll down or just go straight to the videos tab and you'll see it in there. name's Frida and I'm the owner and founder of Salis Art. I have been doing painting parties for more than 10 years, maybe it's 11 years, been in Canada 12 years. I immigrated from South Africa. I do fun art, not fine art, so you can relax and just have fun. Is there a template for this, please? No, okay, it's all, I just show you how to draw it. No template yet. Right after the event, I post a little selfie and we invite everyone to come and share their photos. We'd love to see your paintings. Love to see what everyone does and everyone comments, and it's so much fun. So we have our drawing. Everyone is still breathing and doing good. We're changing brushes to the big one. And what I like to do is have it a little darker, closer to my paintings, my background, and then lighter as it works its way out. So you can maybe decide to do a pink background, maybe start with a darker pink or a red, and then use white to go out with more of a lighter color. If you want to do yellow, which is amazing, I have this dark yellow from Americana. This would be great too. Really warm feel to the painting. Start darker and then go lighter out. So whichever color you want to use, I'm going to stick to the gray, like the picture of here. I like to wet my brush before I start, and then on my paper towel, I just tap, tap. We're going into the black. Take a deep breath, a little bit at a time. I just push down with my brush into the paint. Don't scoop paint. When you scoop, it just flies everywhere. Just like this, a little bit. It's not even forming a little lump on my brush. And I'm going to start right at the bottom here with some black and go around my pumpkin until my brush starts running out of black paint. Go around your lines. For now, we're painting around our lines. And then I'm going to start picking up some white paint. There's still a lot of black on here, so I'm just going to wipe that down. Picking up some white. I didn't wash my brush. And now with the white, I'm going to go right against that black, go into the black, and then away from the black. I'll show you here. Go right on the black with it. Move your brush, and then move away. You see what's happening? See how you're blending? So the more you move your brush, the more the colors will blend together. Less movement, it will be more streaky. And that's how you're going to go all the way around your canvas. You can, remember, you can do it more streaky, you can do it more blended. It's up to you. I like to leave a little bit of black, just a little bit. And then I'll clean my brush, kind of wipe it until it runs out of paint. And then I pick up black again and go on like that. So again, picking up a little bit of black. I didn't wash my brush. It still has some of that gray on there. Closer to my pumpkin. I'm going to work on both sides together. Don't take too long. If you're working on both sides together, don't let this dry before you get there with the white, because then it's not going to blend. So if you're still really slow at painting, just do the one side and work your way around. And don't rush because I'm moving fast. I'll give you some time to finish. I love long brush strokes. Kind of drag it out. So short little ones, and then I'll just drag it out like that. Don't forget to breathe. Picking up some black again, going around this pumpkin here. I go a little bit back onto that one. Get rid of the black. I'm not washing, I'm just wiping the lumps of paint and then going around again. Depending how much paint you have, yours will react a little bit different. I don't use a lot of paint. I really rub it into the canvas. Amanda, my Facebook Lives only stay on Facebook for 24 hours. So this one will move into my Paint Night membership tomorrow. So I have a membership where people pay a monthly fee and then they have access to all the videos. It's like the Netflix of Paint Night videos. So it's $19 a month. And then you can watch any of the 100 plus videos in there whenever you want to. So on Facebook, just 24 hours for free. And then I move it to the membership. I don't have YouTube or anything like that where I make money or do anything like that. So I have the membership that I'm running. So lots of dark gray, and then it's too gray for me. I want it a little lighter. So now I'm just wiping my brush, not washing it, picking up more white. I'm going to play with some white up here. Needs lots of paint. And you can make this as dark or as light as you want it to be. Obviously, I had a very dark day here. It's quite dark. This one is much lighter. You're welcome, Amanda. Another fantastic blending tip. Thank you. You're welcome. Hold on. Did I just see a South African flag? I am from South Africa too. Been in Canada 15 years. So nice to hear your lovely accent, Lol. Hello, Michelle. And thank you for that message. It's funny how the South African flag just, hey, I thought I saw that. Yeah, best decision I made ever coming to Canada. What a lovely place. I just keep blending now. I'm just having fun here, killing some time. I want to make it a little bit darker on this side. So I just added more gray and then I'm going to blend it out. So if you add more paint like this, but you don't want to add more of the lighter color, I'm washing my brush. And with a clean, dry brush, I'm just going to move it in between those two colors. See the hard line there? I'm just going to move it like this and give it a softer line. So no, not more paint, just a clean brush. So sometimes you need more paint. Other times there's so much paint that you just need to use a clean, dry brush to blend it together. And don't worry too much about having very clean lines here. We're still going to do an outline with the pumpkins, so then we'll clean up the lines a little bit more. I think I'm going to leave it like that. I wanted it a little bit more streaky, but I think I talk too much. It's all good. I'm going to bring the other one closer so you can see what I did there. Really dark, closer to the pumpkin. There's lots of streaks on this side. What kind of paint do you use? So I have acrylic paints, and currently tonight I am using a craft paint, and I'm using a student grade acrylic paint. Or I guess this one's not student grade. It's the Chroma Artist acrylics. Yes, acrylic paints. Thank you, thank you. All right, so we're going to start painting the pumpkins, and we're going to start off, I do one little piece at a time. I just find it so much easier, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to have the one side a little darker and then add some highlights to it. You can see on here, it's a little darker here, and then there's a highlight there. And we're going to bring out these little lines with some black again. So you might lose the gray. It might come through a little bit, but you might lose it. But with the shadows and the highlights, we should be able to see where you need to do the lines. So I wet my brush. I'm going to go into my phthalo blue. I'm going to add a little bit of black to it. I just like the color when there's a little bit of black in it. I'm going to have to change brushes. This one feels a little hard. So that's the color when you add black to phthalo blue. This is phthalo blue with nothing added to it. See the difference in the color? So bright. And then I absolutely love what it looks like when you add black to it. All right, so I'm going to start with that. Let's put that there. Take a deep breath. I'm just going to start painting. Much darker here. I'm going to go around. Like that. Keep my brush strokes the same as the direction as the lines I've drawn. And then I'm going to pick up a little bit of white with the black and blue and do this area a little bit lighter. That's the first shape. So it's a little bit darker on the outside and a little bit lighter on the inside. Then I move on to the next one. Again, I go a little bit darker for the outline. Check your brush. If you still have too much white paint on there, you might want to wash it or clear or just wipe it down. Putting down the darker blue, going around my lines. Darker over here, and then picking up a little bit of white to make that a little lighter. Very little. You can see how I just kind of blend that in there, and then a little lighter. I'm going to do one a little bit closer to you so you can see. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do it on this side. The darker blue. Over here. The darker colors. I'm going to add more of the darker color deeper in. Like that. And then pick up a little bit of white paint with that darker color for this area here. And that's how you want to play with it. See all this here? It's going to be black, so I'm not worried about cleaning this up here. In between here, there's going to be a little bit of black in there, so I'm not too worried about those little white spaces showing. And don't forget to breathe. Medium-sized brush or your big brush, just depending how big the area is. If you're painting on a bigger canvas, whatever you need here, sometimes I use this one, but I just turn it vertical like that. Right, so just depends on the brush. Or, sorry, it just depends on the size of your pumpkin. This brush has had... You can use your big brush or go for a medium-sized brush. So I do the darker first, and then a little bit of white for that color, and then add a little bit of a highlight. And see what I said about not having like losing the gray lines. Because of the shadows and the highlights, you can still see where those shapes are. So don't worry too much if you're painting and it looks like the lines might disappear. Your blue is going gray, so you're mixing a little bit of black and blue, and then when you add the white, it goes gray, much less white. Unless your blue that you're using has white pigment on it, because that could be the type of paint. So I would probably not do that with one of these paints because they have a lot of white pigment in it. So maybe just dilute your paint a little bit. Oops, I need more darker paint. Some white, some blue paints, if you add black to it, it will go gray. If you're painting and you're having a really good time with the blending and you just want to spend some time there, just do it. Just take your time, paint slowly. If I move on to the next pumpkin or move on to the outlines and you're still blending colors, then just do that. Don't rush because I move on or anything like that. I post the video so you can watch it later, but that's going to be my pumpkin. I think I do want to change this color a little bit, but that's going to be my blue pumpkin. I like the different shades of blue that it has. Right, so doing the yellow and white one. This time you want to make sure you wash your brush really good because blue and yellow will go green. I have a canvas that's 3 foot tall and I think it's a foot wide, 12 inches, a foot wide. And I stacked a whole bunch of pumpkins on top of each other. It's so neat. Okay, lots less white helped. Color control, a little bit at a time. And the only way to learn is to just do it. You get to know the paints that you're painting with. Especially if you paint with me, I use different brands. So if yours aren't acting like mine, just throw a question. One of us will answer or help you figure it out. All right, so I'm going to start with the white and yellow. This time I'm mixing a little white and yellow, and I'm going to paint it the yellow and then go with white on top. My yellow is translucent, but my white is opaque. So now I'm doing my yellow first, nice bright yellow. And it looks so good next to the, oh my gosh, you can hardly see it, but it looks so good next to the blue. Right, so I'm going to do some yellow. I'm going to let it sit a little, and then I'm going to go with some white on top of it. Like this. And then picking up a little white, I'm going to go with white on top of my yellow so that it literally sits on top of it. And you can decide how bright or how muted you want your yellow to be. So this one is slightly different to how I did the blue because my yellow is so see-through. All right, just going to do a little bit more yellow here. A little white. This one's very bright. It's messy, It's yucky. Look at this. See all that? The magic happens when I bring the black on top of this. So if you're sitting there and you're wondering if this is going to come, is this going to be pumpkins, Frida? I'm not sure. It's going to be pumpkins. Trust the process. It's coming together. If you are in the membership, there is a painting of an owl that is the ultimate test of testing your trusting the process. When I teach that painting, I can feel how heavy the room gets when we're about 2/3 in, because it doesn't look, the pumpkin's eyes is still white. It looks ghostly. There's not enough layers yet. And then it all comes together. And then the room has this buzz. I did it live the other day at a pub, at a local pub. And when we got closer, the closer we got to the end of the session, the louder the room became, because people are seeing it, it's working, it's just coming together. I am playing with some white paint on top of the yellow, like this. See how it's just adding a little bit of a highlight? Nothing fancy, I'm literally just dragging out white paint on top of the yellow. So very different to what I did here. Literally just plonking some white paint on there. It's plonking a word. There we go. The black outline just brings it all together. And then we're going to play with the orange at the top. Ashley's all done. It's like 3 brush strokes and she's done. Love that owl. Oh, and yes, it does look frightening because the eyes are so bright and white, and that one really tests your patience, and it's an interesting one. This one I'm going to do all orange, and my orange is a little bit see-through, so I can still see my lines. If you have a little bit of red, you can add red in, like I did with the darker and then the lighter. And you can add, or you can use yellow for some highlights. Maybe I'll add a little yellow for highlights. Still keeping my brush strokes same direction as the lines I drew. It's messy, isn't it? Look at that. All comes together. How do I get in the membership? So in the event that I posted, that's posted, there's a link there. But right after this, I'll give you the link again. The paint night at home is the one with just easy step-by-step paintings that I've recorded in the last year and a half. Pauline, take a deep breath. If the orange covers the line, you already know. Now you've already seen where the lines happen. So let it cover it. You can always just paint it back in on top of it. Sometimes we'll draw out lines and then we'll cover it. It's just to help you with the spacing and where everything's going to be. Breathe, Linda. You will do great. There you go. We'll leave this one on there for her for a minute. Don't forget to breathe. And here's another message for Linda. Bella says, 19 years old with 15 years of art experience and continue learning, by the way. Love your art. Oh, Bella, thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm going to leave this one orange. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow and white, just so I can show you some highlights again. So that's flat orange, yellow and white on my brush. I'm just going to do a little bit of a highlight. There. Did you see? That's literally just a little brush stroke. Nothing fancy. The black lines will bring it together. That's all I'm going to do. Oh, Frida, is this going to work? It's going to work. It's all good. Ashley's done glitter. I can't wait to see. When we are done here, I post a little selfie, so please come and share your paintings. I'd love to see everyone's colors, what you've done. If you had a date night, paint night, share a little photo of the two of you and your paintings, or the four of you, or whoever is painting together. Amber loves her painting, but not the background, but I'm breathing. That's awesome. The great thing is you let the background dry and then you just paint over it a little later and change it up. All right. That's a close-up so you can see what it looks like. When I did the orange pumpkin, I accidentally made an extra line on one side and there isn't enough room to add another on the other side. It's all good. Mine is very lopsided. This one has two lines. That one just have one. This one has one here and two this side. And the pumpkins can be odd, right? I need to get my paints out. Yes, you do, Barb. 1 hour a week. I speak to so many people, they say, I don't have time. And I'm like, you have just 1 hour a week. Maybe schedule 30 minutes extra for cleanup and setup. And yeah, just a little bit of time. All right, so we're going to move on to the black outlines. If you are still blending away, it is all good. Take your time. I post the video right after, so you can skip back if you want to. But I'm going to show you how we're going to do the black lines. All right, so I'm using a craft paint, which is more fluidy, more runny than the heavy-bodied paints. If you are using a heavy-bodied paint, I normally thin out the heavy-bodied paint with a little bit of water so that it's more of an ink consistency, a little bit more runnier. But when you dunk your brush in it, you don't want it to form a drop at the front of your brush, because when you put that on the canvas, it's going to run down. So you want to make sure that it's still, there's still a lot of paint and less water. But I like to wet my brush, and then I roll my brush in the paint, roll it, push down a little bit so it goes in between the bristles. And then I roll it like this so that there's no lump of paint on there, but the paint sits in between the bristles. And then I'm going to start doing the outlines. So with these brushes, when you push down, you can get a thick line. But if you just use the tip, you'll be able to get a thin line. I have a very shaky hand, so I can't do straight lines, but that's it. The harder you push, the thicker the line. Tip of the brush, you can get thin lines. I quite often like to, when I do these, they're a little bit thicker down at the bottom here. See how they're a little thicker? And as I go higher, I lift my hand a little so that they kind of fade away. All right, so I'll do some so you can see. All right, I'm going to start right here. This one right here. Do this outline. Push down. And as I go higher, I lift my hand so that it just kind of runs out of paint. Right, down at the bottom, I kind of create this. See the little roundness there? I'll bring it up like that. See, like that? You're going to do this side, round like that. And then here, when I go up, I lift my hand so that it runs out of paint when you go up like that. All of this is going to be black. There's a shadow down here. All of this is going to be a shadow. So down here, round like that. And then paint all this black. I have, this one has a lot of black. I'm not going to do the same. See how it's all black here at the bottom? All right, picking up more black paint, going around this side. I think I'm just going to do black like that. That's going to be my shadow. And you do the same at the top. See how I have it rounded here, rounded, and then I go in, I do this part rounded, and then in between, it's all black. Right, so create these little shapes first, and then do this pumpkin, and then whatever is left in between, you just paint black. And don't forget to breathe. All right. Do they go all the way through? No, you'll see that some of them go all the way here, and others are a little shorter. Look at this one. It's thick here. It's thin. And you didn't see that the whole time until I pointed it out now, right? See that one? That's a fugly line. So when you're doing these, don't get stuck on the lines that are a little thick or the lines that are a little crooked. Just finish the whole painting, put it away for a little bit, and go back later. Later, when you go back, you're not going to see all those little things you didn't want or the little mistakes. Thank you, Paulina, for that message. I find that bringing it up close and showing it, it really helps. Very different than an in-person event, because I'm standing right in front of the class. So that's the great thing with doing the online classes. You can really get up close. The bad thing with online classes, I'm not there to see your canvas, but I feel like a lot more people participate online because I'm not there. See how I just did I create this roundness here, so create this line, and then I'm going to create this one, and whatever is in between, I'm going to paint black. So I'm going to do this one, go down, this one, and then when I do these ones, you'll see them all come together. And for the outline, it's up to you if you want to take it all the way around. Don't do it like finish everything by not doing the outline and then see if you want to do it or not. Like you can just sit back and decide if it needs to be there. Beautiful, just love the color. Thank you, Cindy. I love that you said fugly. It's my favorite word. You're a great teacher, Frida. Thank you, Mary. There you go. Big curve like that. And I have a very shaky hand. My hand shakes a lot, but I'm able to do these lines. So if you're watching and wondering if you can paint when you have a shaky hand like that, yes, you can. Right. So if you know someone that tells you, no, I'm not painting because my hand shakes, you bring them here so they can see how much my hand shakes. I know I used to do these in-person events, and I used to love getting people that on public events with Parkinson's and all of that, just paint. We're not painting to show it off or quit our day jobs. We're just doing it for fun. I use the red for the first outline. Do I continue with the red between the pumpkins? If you like it, yes. If you like the red, so I've done it before where I've used a different color for the outlines and then went with very little black just here and there on top. So maybe just black at the top, but if you don't want to use black, then you don't need to. I know, just kind of do the red and then sit back. If you really think it looks good, then it's your painting, then don't do the black. But if you feel like it needs a little something, go with a little black, sit back, see if it needs more, and then go with a little bit more. Ashley, thank you, thank you. Oh, Julia, I'm sorry, but I do post the video so you can watch it until tomorrow this time. I have essential tremor and shake fairly bad, sometimes worse than others. Yes, so that's what I have as essential tremor. But I also have a jerk, so every now and then my hand would just do its own thing. You can get a weighted wrist glove that helps a little. And you can get paint brushes that are a little heavier, but I'm not there yet. I find that I'm still able to do quite a bit. You can see it's a little shaky, but I'm all good. I'm all good. See what happens when I do this pumpkin's outline with the white little spaces there, and then you just fill those in with black. Like that. And then you'll get this. All right, so if you're doing all this and you're wondering what to do there, they just become black. You just make it all black. It's really dark in those little corners there. See this one? What do I do? Just make it all black and it comes together. And you can start doing like little twirls. I just do a few twirls like that. And then on the outsides, I do like little white ones and then little dabs of the brush just to add some movement in there. The smaller it gets, the harder it becomes those little lines, but just do one at a time. I left my gray visible, so I have to cover it in black. It's all good. Yes, my hands also drop things. It's funny. I just laugh and move on. See how I'm just creating those little those little bits, and then I go fill it in with black. And then I'm going to sit back and see where else I want to do. See, my gray is showing through here, and I'm all good with that. It's even showing through the orange there. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the top little one. I need more black paint. How's everyone doing? Are you guys breathing? Let's do this. Make it all black. All right. So for the top, what I do is I'm going to create the stem. I do a little line sideways like that, and then I bring it into the pumpkin like that. So it curves in. So a line like that, and then it curves in like that. Right. And then I fill this in with black. Like that. And then I love doing my little twirls up here. Oh my God, black too. Do as many as you want. Maybe one coming out here. To add some movement to the painting, I like to do little brush strokes like that. Some are bigger, some are smaller. I do them in white and black. It's up to you if you want to add little twirls. And little dots. I love adding little dots to my painting. It's what I do. Little white dots there and up there. Maybe in the orange pumpkin. All right, so there you go. Little highlights. So using the white paint, just on the curves like that, I just add a few highlights. Tip of the brush. When you push down, you get thick lines. Tip of the brush. Push a little, lift it again. Tip of the brush. Push a little, and then lift it. Maybe one here. And you can spend hours doing little highlights. You can do highlights on these little twirls too, if you want to. Maybe in gray instead of white. Up here. Do you want to do highlights on your orange pumpkin? It's up to you. There you go. There's your painting for tonight. I hope you had fun. Breathing with the occasional holding of the breath, and I just jump in and go for it. I love it. You're frozen. I can hear you. I just laugh and move on. Best quote ever. Cheers. There you go, Zelda. I love the orange one, right? Thank you for sharing. Enjoy you more than you know. Oh, Patricia, thank you. Love watching. Thank you, Irene. All right, so I'm back next day. So please come join me. And then for the weeks after that, I have not listed events yet, but you guys have given me a good guide of what you want to paint, so I'm listing more. It looks great, Frida. Hope Linda will show you her painting. I hope so, Linda. Show us. We'd love to see. Thank you is what I meant. It's all good, Stephanie. Thank you. So fun. All right, so see you guys next week. I'm going to post a selfie. Please come share your paintings. I can't wait to see them. Good night.